Again, the best is fighting the best, and Crawford dared to be great, and this is one of the ways you do it, and you tell the world, watch. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong, without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here.
What do we just milk? What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you can pump into boxing with great matchups.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches.
On September 13th, 2025, the entire boxing world stopped. Terence Crawford, once a lightweight, stood in the center of Las Vegas with his hand raised after dominating the super middleweight king, Canelo Alvarez. Fans were stunned. Commentators were speechless. But there was one man who wasn't shocked at all. He predicted this months before it happened.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong, without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say, I slowed up, so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
Bernard Hopkins, the executioner. He didn't just say Crawford would win, he described exactly how Canelo would be exposed. While everyone else talked about weight and power, Hopkins saw a trap. A trap that Canelo walked straight into. And now, as talks of a rematch explode, Hopkins is back with a new warning. If he's right again, Canelo may be making the biggest mistake of his career.
Where does Canelo go from here, Henry?
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed, dude, by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. First time he fought Triple G, and he came back the second time, and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight. It doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight. He would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last two did, just run. He threw at him. I'm going to call your bluff, bro. I'm going to fight you.
To understand why Hopkins is so confident Crawford wins again, we go back to his original prediction. Before the first bell, Hopkins said Canelo was playing checkers while Crawford was playing chess. Fans thought it was just old school talk. But when you re-watch the fight, it's chilling. Hopkins said Canelo has relied on strength and pressure for so long, he forgot what it's like to face a true technical mastermind.
So that's one from me, Canelo Crawford. Obviously Terence just rocked up there. What do you make of his chances against the man you worked with for many years?
Great chance. He have a great chance because his heart, his talent, and also his game plan and his strategy. But Canelo is no pushover. I've watched Canelo for multiple years. Again, the best is fighting the best, and Crawford dared to be great, and this is one of the ways you do it, and you tell the world, watch, pay attention, and watch me make history. I will be one of those watching amongst millions of other people.
Crawford didn't overpower Canelo, he outthought him. Hopkins highlighted how Crawford stayed 3 or 4 steps ahead, slipping into space and disappearing before punches arrived. This wasn't running. This was elite distance control. Hopkins calls it the illusion of availability, making Canelo throw power shots at a target that was never really there.
If this fight ends up going down, it's going to be a long, long night for Canelo Alvarez. Terence Bud Crawford has already figured out Canelo Alvarez. He already figured him out, he beat him down, and he learned that he can take his power, and on top of that, Canelo was hurt a couple of times by Bud Crawford. If you're Bud Crawford heading into this fight, you have not a single worry in the world. You know what you're capable of doing. You know that you can go out into that ring and you could put a beating on Canelo Alvarez. And might I even say this? Bud Crawford has a chance of stopping Canelo Alvarez if they do the rematch.
This leads to Hopkins' most important point, mental exhaustion. Most people talk about stamina as physical conditioning. How many miles you ran or how many rounds you sparred. But Hopkins says Canelo wasn't physically tired, he was mentally broken. Imagine chasing a man for 36 minutes and hitting nothing but air.
There was some big news in boxing yesterday. Canelo said he wants a rematch with Crawford. What does Canelo have to do in the rematch, D-Hop?
We didn't do last time.
Which is what?
Win.
That's all. Simple as that. Crawford's very talented.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches normally wind up the same. Statistically wise, I don't see anything different.
Hopkins compared it to his own legendary fights with Roy Jones Jr. He said when a fighter loads up and misses, it drains him twice as fast. By round 8, Canelo looked slow, heavy, and hesitant. Hopkins says that wasn't age. It was the moment Canelo realized he couldn't solve the puzzle. That kind of mental scar doesn't disappear in a rematch, it gets deeper.
And listen, I mad respect for Canelo. It always will.
You always have been. You
listen, it always will. But Crawford has an opportunity to continue to keep sticking it to the people that did
world champion,
whether it was
pride of Broward County, Florida,
politics over here, politics over there. We get a chance to show what we, or the boxing fans in the world, almost came that close to not seeing that talent as he continued to keep telling everyone that he wanted to fight the best. Years ago. Go all the way back to top rank. All the way up to here.
Well, he did it.
You agree or disagree?
I agree.
He got a chance to show.
He got a chance and he proved himself. That's in life, we just want the opportunity.
After the fight, Hopkins dropped a bomb. He didn't just call Crawford the best of this era, he compared him to Michael Jordan. Not because of athleticism, but because of perfect fundamentals. At 38, Crawford should have been slower. He should have been the weaker man moving up 2 weight divisions. Instead, he looked fresher than the younger Canelo. Hopkins calls it efficiency. No wasted movement. Every step has purpose.
You know, to Sergio's point, a lot of the people that I'm been talking to when it comes to this fight, they're not like, it's almost like the air was taken out of them. They're not excited about even the idea of a rematch, or the subject doesn't even come up. Usually the conversations are, hey man, is there a rematch clause? You think they'll run it back? What do you think will win? Like, people just, even casuals, realize that Crawford, he schooled Canelo, man. He really did. I don't think people want to see this fight. I agree with Sergio Mora.
Be at a smaller arena because people already saw Canelo get dominated by the better fighter, and the better fighter will do it again, even easier and with more confidence.
Yeah. Now the world wants Canelo versus Crawford too. The money is massive. The pride is real. But Hopkins insists this rematch could be even more dangerous for Canelo. The first fight destroyed his aura of invincibility. Now Crawford knows exactly how Canelo reacts to everything: feints, angles, timing. The sequel might not be closer, it might be worse.
But you hold on. You keep saying this.
Hold up. Canelo, see, this is the thing about Canelo. He sometimes relies on the environment, the hostile crowd, to also help him win this fight. Not only with the judges, but with the opponent. Crawford even handled that. You know, you can't prepare for that magnitude, the roar of the crowd, the lights, everyone booing you. You can't prepare for that. Crawford was ready for that. Even his ring entrance, when he came in with that guitar case, it was, man, that's one of my all-time favorite entrances.
Desperado, yeah, it's an homage to Desperado. Yeah.
Actually, it was Mariachi. That was part 1. Desperado was part 2. That right there, It was me against the world. That was his mentality. Me against all these Mexicans. Me against Canelo in Las Vegas. Me against Canelo and the judges that he probably has in his pocket. Me against everyone, and Bud shut everyone up. And you think?
Yeah, but hold on.
Canelo's going to be able to do it the second time around?
I don't know. I don't think it's as open and shut case as you do. Let me